again Sunday night. Drew, talk about talk about Hal's relationship with Tom this season, because I know Tom's going through his own thing, you know, being the newly anointed president and all that. But is there a lot of interaction, especially as Hal's going through so much? Is Tom aware of this?
Well, that's so. Yeah, now that Tom is the president, or I mean, he's the president of, I think he says 20 square blocks, but he still has to put on a good face. And it really consumes a lot of his time. And so, as he's so busy with that, both Hal and little Matt, they need a little guidance. Hal, not so much guidance, but he needs somebody to be able to talk things through with and just sort of, you know, get on the same page, because he feels like he's a threat to everyone. And then we see little Matt run off and do some crazy things. I like to say he's becoming a Mason. You know, that little rebellious side's coming out of him. And so, by him being so busy, Tom being so busy with the presidency, we really don't get to see a whole lot of interaction between Hal and Tom, which is great for the storytelling, because that helps him slip off in this deep end and really go up in flames.
One of the bigger additions this season. One of the bigger additions this season is Cochise, the alien ally, I guess you could call him.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that was one of my first questions, is how much should we trust them? Because that's one of the big questions that everybody's asking, is should we trust these guys? And also talk about Doug Jones playing him, who does an amazing job.
Well, first of all, we were so lucky to have Doug join our band, because he's, as far as I can think, he's the only one that has those skills to be able to take a rubber suit, which I've seen hanging up in the closet, you know, the wardrobe thing, and turn it into a being. I don't know how he does it. I mean, it's pretty incredible. And even though we did a lot of CG enhancement to the eyes and the nose and the mouth, everything else, his body language just speaks actually more volumes than even that work does. Because Doug's an actor, and I felt it was really important to have an actor there with our cast, integrating in and being in those scenes. So that was just a, you know, a God shot. I mean, just having him there. He's also the nicest guy in the entire universe.
I just want to add to that when he puts on his suit, he can't take it off for 8 hours, which means he can't go to the restroom for 8 hours. And he meticulously eats and drinks. He knows, I'm not kidding, he knows exactly how his body functions so that he can do that kind of work. He's just extraordinary.
I just had a meeting, actually.
I hope you'd be okay with me saying that.
No, I was fascinated when he told us that. I was like,
I just had a meeting with the producer of Hellboy, Lloyd Levin, who told me, you know, and he said, oh, Doug was in your thing, and he goes, you know, we had some turnaround issues, and Doug actually had to sleep in his outfit. They wouldn't have enough time in the morning to get him prepped, and he actually slept in that fish outfit, or whatever it was, which is incredible. The second half of that, though, is that it's the reason that this episode is called On Thin Ice is that nobody is sure. I mean, we thought that the Ashpeni, when they first came, were here to be our friends, and we quickly learned that that's not the case. And so everybody is nervous about the idea of aligning themselves with the Volm or the new aliens. But Tom believes firmly that it doesn't matter. They are here, they have been giving us the tools that we need to win the war, and there's something about Cochise that he likes and trusts. So whether or not they turn out to be Joseph Stalin or not, I think he says that in this episode, that we have no choice but to align ourselves with these this race of aliens.